Oh, hi guys. So let's get that thing popping. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all can. So I'm gonna check and see if y'all can hear me. I'm hearing me or not. I see y'all already talking in the comment section, honey. Y'all are already talking. Okay, so y'all can't see me. Awesome. Now, I don't know what my connection is like tonight, honey, but I'm doing the best I can over here in the Middle East, okay? I don't know what the connection is like, but we're going to do the best we can. Okay, hey girls, hey boo, hey. How you doing? How y'all doing tonight? I am wonderful on this blessed, it's Sunday here in Kuwait. So if I posted this Instagram post on Instagram, and first of all, let me say there are some weird women in the world, because I have never seen some woman so obsessed with someone else's page. You know, I am not obsessed with anyone's page the way some of these ladies are obsessed with mine. I mean, some of these women have commented, has to be commented, hi everybody coming in, like 10 times. Like, girl, you're getting on the weird side. You're getting on the weird side at this point. I'm gonna need you to calm down, okay? I know you have no platform of your own to talk on, but I'm gonna need you to calm down on mine, okay? But I try to be nice, because y'all know I don't want to come out my character, which I can, but I choose not to, because, you know, I just say my point and I keep it moving. So I posted this picture of the beautiful Ariana Grande. First of all, let me say, sis is looking good. Young thing, she got that look together. She had that ponytail swinging. Y'all probably can't see because it's too bright. I should have did a screen share. But let me just turn the brightness down, because I'm going to share the screen in a second. Because first of all, we're going to look at the funeral real quick. Now, we ain't going to listen to her sing that whole song, because I didn't even like her singing that song. I didn't think it was good at all. I thought it was terrible. Now, I thought she looked good, but I don't know about that rendition of that song. I don't know if I like that. But I do want to show y'all this post on Instagram. So if y'all haven't commented or y'all want to comment, y'all can go comment. So it's this picture right here of Ariana Grande. This is the post that's lit. People are so emotional for some reason. You know, as you know, this is another topic for another video that I'm gonna do, because I think I'm gonna do another femininity series. But I think I need to do a series on emotional women. See, this is why some women can't get ahead in life, because they are way too emotional. They can't think. You can't think when you're so emotional. Sometimes you have to calm those emotions down and like calm down. So that's going to be another topic that I'm going to address. All right. So first, before we get started with my commentary, I'm going to show you a clip of Ariana, the beautiful Ariana Grande. She had this really cute dress on. I think it had like a sheer little thing here. It was a sexy dress. Okay, listen, it was a sexy dress. It was a cocktail dress. Somebody said it was a club dress. It depends on what type of club that you're going to. If you go to a club in like Dubai, if it's a high-end club in LA, yes, I think you could wear that to a club. I think you could wear that dress to a cocktail event. I think to a date at a very nice restaurant. I think that dress was absolutely beautiful on her body, on her shape. She's just a beautiful young girl. She's a little girl to me. She's like, what, 24, 25? Yeah. I know her. So to me, she's a child. but she's an adult, but a child to me. And she looks absolutely wonderful. You know, she was sexy, she was gorgeous. This topic is really not about like her per se. It's really not about her. Because she's a young girl. I think she knew what she was doing. She has a style. This is and let me say, some of the comments that some of the ladies on Instagram really make no logical sense. Because I know some people don't understand the entertainment business, or maybe you've never been around an artist or somebody who's extremely wealthy or has means. These people don't do anything for themselves. They have teams. Ariana has a hair person. She got a stylist, somebody who helps her with her vocals. She has someone, a manager. This girl has a whole team. She probably has someone that could feed her coffee if she wanted to. You know, this girl doesn't want for anything or need for anything. She is one of the biggest stars in the world. Ariana is a young girl. She's a little girl to me, but she's not really a little girl. She's what, 24 or 25? She knew that dress was short. She wanted to wear it, and she wanted the attention. So let's not be, you know, let's use our common sense now. We know how celebrities are. We know how some Instagram people are. You know, everybody wants attention, including me. Like, I want you to come to my post and comment and like my picture. Everybody wants attention. Some people just go too far with it, okay? But everybody wants attention. Everybody wants engagement. Everybody wants to be, you know, have this dialogue back and forth, back and forth. So that's not a bad thing. But Ariana knew that dress was short. She knew what attention she was trying to get in the dress. And so please, let's not leave dumb comments about, oh, maybe she's never been to church anymore. You know, not anymore. Maybe she's never been to church ever. Maybe she doesn't know what to wear to church. Y'all can't be that slow. You know, y'all seriously can't. Y'all cannot be this slow. She knows what to wear to church. And we're going to talk about that after we watch, you know, this little snippet of the video. With that, I want to make a note of some questions that you guys were asking me on Instagram. So the main question that people Instagram, or not even a question, that's me talking. Not even a question was, they wanted me to address the pastor taboo, or the men that were looking at her. So for the first part of the pastor who touched her boob, I think the pastor was gross for touching her at all, because you're a pastor, you shouldn't touch anyone. You should just say, good job, Ariana, and go do your little sermon or go sit your behind down. But I don't think he was trying to grope her boob. I think that's a stretch. In particular, I think Black women like to stretch issues like this. And people are going to get mad at me, but it's the truth. Back it up. I have some articles because everything that I talk about is always based in facts, research, and statistics. So the articles that I'm referring to will be in the description box below for those of you who want, you know, to read up on some of these things. Now, no man should ever touch a woman inappropriately. Let's start there. I think that's common sense, okay? So one reason why the pastor, if he groped her, if he didn't grope her, one, because I don't care. Ariana's a grown woman. If she wants to address the pastor, she can address the pastor, okay? If anybody else wants to address the pastor and thinks the pastor grabbed her boob, they can do that on their own platform, not mine, okay? You know, if he grabbed her boob, if he meant to do it, if he didn't mean to do it, my opinion on the pastor is, or the bishop, or whatever he is he shouldn't have touched her at all. You're in church, you probably a married man. He said he had a grown daughter, so I'm assuming he's married. Don't touch, just don't touch. If you don't touch women, you won't put yourself in that situation, okay? That's my thoughts on the pastor. I don't know if he really tried to grab her boob. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he didn't. But I'm going to tell you why Black women make their conversation or misogyny conversation. And if you don't know anything about patriarchy or misogyny, we're not going into that. I don't even feel like talking about that. Those topics get on my nerves, especially from American feminist women who don't understand what patriarchy means in relation to women who live in the Middle East, in relation to, and not all women who live in the Middle East. Don't be ignorant, don't box everyone, don't stereotype, but to some women who live in the Middle East, to some women who live in India, to some women who live in Asia. These are women who really deal with patriarchy, not you spoiled American women who have all your rights in society. Now, does that mean that there isn't discrimination? Does that mean that people, not just men, don't abuse their power? Of course, men abuse their power. Women do too. People in power abuse it, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a man. It doesn't matter if it's a woman. That is something that people with low moral character do, okay? So I don't want to hear about no patriarchy crap. Y'all don't know what patriarchy means. Y'all need to visit. Y'all need to leave America and out of your little hood and go to some other places in the world and then do a conversation about pay. But until then, spoiled Americans, I don't want to hear no crap about patriarchy. Okay? That's my thing about it. Or misogyny. I don't want to hear nothing about that. Okay? Women and men abuse their power. It has nothing to do with a man being in a man or a woman does it. Everybody abuses power. People with low moral character abuse power, period, okay? If you have an issue with men, which is what I'm getting into now, the reason that triggers Black women is, and I left the article link below, is because we have a high rate of sexual assault in the Black community, okay? Rate of sexual against women under the ages of 18. Okay, I linked the article in the bio. The article that I linked will tell, not bio, but the description box. The article that I linked will give you a study that said 60% of Black females are sexual before they turn 18. Okay. 60%, you guys. And actually, I think it might be higher now because this study was done like in 2011. So I wonder what it is now. I wonder what it is now from these women who were surveyed. From the women that they surveyed, 60% of those women had some type of sexual abuse that had occurred against them. So this really helps me understand why Black women tend to be so triggered when we are talking about issues of a man possibly groping Ariana Grande. Did he grope Ariana Grande? I don't know. I don't want to accuse him of that. He might have been getting fresh. He might have just been hugging her because he was so excited to be close with a star. I don't know why he did it. But what I will say is there is a high rate of sexual violence against Black women, okay? And who do I blame for this? I blame their mothers, and I blame the Black men who did not protect those women, okay? That's who I blame for this high rate of sexual abuse against Black women. So I'm not being mean when I say off topic. I'm not being, I say off topic, trying to dismiss that there are issues that women have had or have. I'm just saying stop letting people's on a topic that has nothing to do with sexual abuse, sexual touching, or anything like that, okay? My post is about fashion. That's what that particular post was about. Now, if I would have posted about the pastor or him touching her boob or anything like that, then those are appropriate. But because it's my page and I decide what goes on with my freaking page and nobody else gets to decide that, you're gonna stay on topic on my page or I'm gonna block you. It's as simple as that. because I would not come to your page and tell you what to talk about or tell you what opinion you should have and what you should talk about and how you should talk about it and how I should be free to say my opinion on your page. These Black women in particular are crazy. They are crazy and out of their minds. Now, for the women who were triggered by this pastor who did this, who touched Ariana's boob, and maybe they are triggered somehow, don't blame me. Go get help so that you can cope and deal with your life, and go educate yourself on how you can develop your own platform to help other little girls or other young girls who may be experiencing molestation or sexual abuse. But don't take what you want to talk about out on me or on other platforms, okay? So this is why I think Black women in particular were triggered by the dress, because they were thinking about what the pastor did or didn't do. And they were like, oh, misogyny, he touched her boob. Like, listen, that's not what we're talking about, okay? So I wanted to get that out of the way. That's why I'm not talking about misogyny. That's why I'm not talking about patriarchy. That's why I'm not talking about any of those things, because those things have nothing with the dress wore to the funeral. Okay, let's get started with the video. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go ahead and look at Ariana. Just the intro of her video with her with the funeral situation. Okay, Ariana is a cute girl, you know. So this video is also not to bash her. She is a cute girl. People don't get together. I don't care if I don't know what this is truly supposed to be about, which I get, because some people are just very one-dimensional. They can only think of. So let's look at, y'all should be seeing my screen now. Let's go ahead and look at Ariana as she enters the stage to perform for, let me see if y'all are seeing my screen. To make a note. I think y'all are seeing my screen. I'm just making sure. But I think y'all can see it, so let me not waste time. All right, so let's look at Ariana. We ain't gonna listen to her. I think it's terrible. It's a terrible rendition of the song. I love her voice. She's super. Now look, okay, pause. She is already pulling down the skirt. Who peeped her already pulling down the skirt? Let me know. Did you already see when she was running across the streets, trying to see, you know, where do I need to sing, and her cute self? Yeti pulling the skirt. She's pulling it down, okay? I used to feel so uninspired. She cute though. And the legs. Lord, fire. Feel so tired. Before the day I met you, my life was so calm. You're the key to my peace of mind. So when my soul turns okay, that's enough of Ariana for me. Let's go ahead and get into the main core of this topic. And then I'm going to end talking about social norms, societal norms, and appropriate dress. For those of you who really care, who really want to be a role model for our younger women, those of us who are 35 and over, you know, we're called to be role models for our young girls. You know, I am over 10 years Ariana's senior. You know, I'm older than her. So I don't expect her to think like a woman in her 30s, herself like a woman in her, you know, she's a young, sexy, hot girl, you know, on the scene, doing her thing. I don't expect her to think like a 30-something-year-old woman, you know, but it goes beyond just her dress. You know, you're going to see that this topic really is not about Ariana. It's more about making sure that our girls can navigate in society successfully. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put up some of the comments that I received on Instagram that stuck out to me, that I'm just pulling out for the effect of this video. And then we're going to go into a conversation about social norms. And then we'll have a short chat, and then I'll be out of here. First of all, let's talk about the environment and the climate in which Ariana was performing. This is a funeral. So this is the first comment. The issue is this: you're at a funeral honoring the deceased while in a religious building. The focus should be on the person you are honoring and God. It was a show. It wasn't in an auditorium. It was a funeral. This wasn't about you shining. It was about Aretha. Now, instead of focusing on how terrible she sounded singing such an iconic song, people are talking about her wardrobe, a mess. Okay. This comment, you know, a little harsh, but not too harsh, but a little. This is a factual comment. This is what this issue is about, you guys. This issue isn't about, really, to me, church. Like, if Ariana doesn't want to honor God, I don't care. She ain't got to honor God. You know, that has nothing to do with me. You know, those of you who are religious and who profess to be Christians or anything of that nature, what we have to understand is people are not going to come to Christ just because you witness to them, or just because you say Christian and blah, blah, blah. People are just going to look at how you live your life, you know? So I think that is the biggest representative of other people knowing what you represent. So this is really not about her, you know, her honoring God. If she don't want to honor God, believe me, she gonna honor him one day. So that's not my issue. The issue is it's a funeral, okay? It's a funeral. It doesn't matter if it's a Black funeral at the Black church. It doesn't matter if it was the Catholic church. It doesn't matter if it's a Muslim funeral. I don't even know if they have funerals, but whatever they do, it doesn't matter if it's a Jehovah's Witness. It doesn't matter. Seventh-day Adventist. It doesn't matter who the funeral is for or what religion they practice. The point is, Ariana is a rich, famous, attractive woman. She knows, and her team knows, what to wear to a funeral. And for all of you grown women talking about Ariana ain't never been to no church, or she probably never been to no church, she don't know to wear no skirt to her knees, she don't know what to wear, that is crazy, okay? Because we got Google, we have conversations that we can have with other people who attend church. There's a way to find out how to dress appropriately for church, okay? And it's not about Ariana. It's about respecting other people. See, that's what's wrong with some of you. You don't understand respect. You don't understand that it's not about you and what you would wear and how you want to look and if you want to wear a short dress or not. It's about teaching our young girls about being respectful in certain environments, okay? It's really not about if she should wear the dress or if she shouldn't. It's about why would you want to make other people feel uncomfortable in their religious building, okay? So she's in a religious building, ceremony. She knows there's going to be ministers there. She knows there's going to be preachers there. Mother Shirley Caesar and her also inappropriate dress. Okay, this is not a pick on Ariana. I also thought Shirley, and I love Shirley Caesar. You know, I don't love all those dramatics, but I do like Shirley Caesar. And I thought her dress was inappropriate because why are you wearing a sequin or diamond or whatever that gown was? Why are you wearing that? I get that we're honoring Aretha Franklin. I get all of that. But I think that there's a time and place for everything. And it's not supposed to be some showy, flashy type of situation. A funeral, if y'all know anything about a funeral, should have some respect and dignity, okay? So it's not about the fact that Ariana wore the dress and she's a bad girl and we're judging her because she wore a short dress, which is the stupidest thing I ever heard in my life. Someone being judged because they're wearing a short dress. Why would anybody judge someone because they're wearing a short dress? Ariana looked amazing in the dress. Why? Well, you know, what does that have to do with anything? That she's wearing a short dress for someone to judge her, okay? So my thing is, you know, let's make sure that we are using our common sense when we're talking about Ariana. Let's make sure we are using our common sense, okay? So this is the second comment from Samantha So Amazing. She says, there's a time and place for everything. Just like I wouldn't dress like that for work, definitely wouldn't dress like that for a funeral. It's not about being churched. It's about what's appropriate attire for a function. Clearly, she was never taught. Idris' fiance was covered and still dressed inappropriate for the royal wedding. Exactly, exactly. It's not really about Ariana being too sexy, but her choice to wear that short skirt. I'm not going to totally let Ariana off the hook. Just like I don't let myself off the hook for the silly things I've done in my life. I'm not going to let Ariana totally off the hook. I'm going to address that sexiness of why she wanted to look sexy and how it can backfire on you when you want to look sexy in a church. But Idris' fiance, and I love them. Don't you love that Idris is getting married now? He found his boo. She all brown and, you know, she's a pretty girl. Her outfit was terrible for the royal wedding. I mean, it was one of the worst outfits I had ever seen in my life for a royal wedding. It was just terrible. And it did nothing for her. She was inappropriately dressed for the royal wedding. I also want to point out that it's not about church, okay? If Ariana, you know, was in any environment, a job interview, you know, if she was going to a banquet or a gala, or she would need to think, what do I need? How should I dress for this environment? And we're going to talk about social norms at the end of this video because some people don't understand social norms. And let me tell you why. People don't understand social norms because they don't have professional jobs. Some people who don't have jobs that actually require them to conduct themselves in a certain way don't understand social norms. They don't understand social norms and they don't understand appropriate dress. And then the people that do understand social norms and appropriate dress who still choose to go against the grain, because I was one of those people that went against the grain in certain areas, and I did pay for that. They're failures in life. Because if you don't conform to a certain extent in the workplace, in your social groups, you are not going to reach a certain level of success. You are not going to be one of these Black women who reach the pinnacle of success as a CEO, as a, consultant, as a businesswoman. People who are successful, who have professional jobs, who have to carry themselves a certain way in the workplace, and then they know when they're with their friends or with their family, they're more themselves. They could be laid back. These are people who have something to lose. A lot of y'all have nothing anyway, so y'all have nothing to lose. You don't have no job to lose. You don't have no platform to lose. So when you hear people saying, I don't know what's wrong with her dress, keep in mind it's mentality. These are people that got nothing to lose. They don't understand assimilation. See, you got to understand assimilation to understand why Ariana's dress was inappropriate for the function. It's not about church. If she don't want to reverence God, that's her business. That ain't got nothing to do with me, okay? And I wonder if Ariana has any respect for Black people. I'm going to put that in there too, because a lot of you said on Instagram, and I see you're also saying this here, that would she wear that to the royal wedding? Would she wear a short mini skirt like that, do you think? Would she wear that little short dress, to the royal wedding, or to, if her parents passed away and she was at their funeral, do you think she would wear that little short dress to her parents' funeral, or any other funeral that's not Black culture? Which I don't think it matters that the funeral was a Black culture funeral, whatever Black culture is. But I think that did she lack respect because people don't respect the Black church anymore? Did she also buy into that philosophy because people don't respect the Black church? So the next comment says, definitely an inappropriate dress, but not only inappropriate overall, it was not a flattering dress. I don't agree. I thought the dress looked amazing on her. I mean, I thought she looked bomb, but just not for the funeral, okay? People also need to understand clothing is a statement piece, but it's also a form. This is what I wanted to talk about. This last part is what I agree with. She says, you communicate impressions, self-worth, and more importantly, respect for others. Y'all, read this line right here. This line right here. People also need to understand clothing is a statement piece, but it's also a form of communication. You communicate impressions, self-worth, and more importantly, respect for others. By choosing that dress, I felt like she didn't respect who she was around and communicated she didn't care. This last part of this comment really hits the nail on the head. It really hits the nail on the head because, you'll hear a lot of feminist women, and these are always feminist women. Anytime you hear women talk about, well, why do we gotta dress society's, idea of what and it's patriarchy, it's misogyny, it's based in misogyny, and she should be able to wear whatever she wants, and she can. No one is saying she cannot wear that little dress to a funeral. I can't tell Ariana what to do, but I can have an opinion about it. Some of these women on Instagram are really like crazy house ready. Like they need to be in a straitjacket because something is wrong with some of these people. It's not about telling her what to wear. It's about making sure we're passing down the right information to our young people who are graduating from college, who are networking in different environments in which they've never been in, who are dating, who are at that age where they are ready to attract high quality men. It's really about making sure that we're having conversations and young women so that we're setting them up. So if y'all want to really go there and talk about the issues that we have in our community with Black women and how Black women are getting the short end of the freaking stick. And you're telling me, you're mad at me because I'm telling women that they should care about their bodies, their look, how they carry themselves, how they talk, so that they can, if they choose. Nobody said you need a man, okay? Nobody said you need a man, okay? But I need mine because I need him to pay these bills. But that's just me. But nobody said you need a man. But let me say, dating is a part of how you carry yourself. Ariana is going to be good because let me tell you, she's thin. She look good. She's a star. Y'all ain't in her lane. So we need to make sure that a lot of these young girls do not think that it doesn't matter what I wear. If I want to wear a mini skirt to church, I'm going to wear a mini skirt to church. It don't matter what I wear on a job interview. I'm going to wear whatever I want on a job interview. I'm not going to think about what I need to put on my body. I'm just going to get up and go. No, this hurts our community more impactful than other communities. Impression is I'm a star, this perform. I don't care that all these ministers are gonna be behind me looking at my behind. And she ain't really got no big behind, but you know, beautiful girl. I don't care that if I bend over, you're going to see my underwear. I don't care that this is a religious setting where we have all of these people, whether they're good religious people or bad religious people, who cares? That ain't the point. The point is it was a funeral and it had a church feel, okay? Because some funerals don't have a church feel, you know? So she chose to wear this. So she was communicating to other people, I don't care if y'all think this is inappropriate. I don't care. I don't care that I'm in church. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care that maybe I should have dressed different. I don't care. So we have to think about this for the younger girls. Okay? You know, we have to think about this for the young girls. And somebody saying, what is church rules? I'm not even having this conversation with you. If people don't understand how you should dress for church, stop talking to me altogether. You don't have the level of competency to be able to talk to me and me engage in a conversation with you. If people don't understand why you should be covered in a church and to respect other people's cultures and other people, I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you. And we're not talking about assault here. We ain't talking about sexual assault. Off topic, has nothing to do with anything. People refuse to stay on topic. Go away. You don't have the brain power to have a conversation with me. All right. Next comment. To come as you are means to come with your brokenness, weary, worry, wrongness, all the things that you believe God would not love you, but to come and witness that he does just as you are, come as you are. Yeah, I think people don't understand come as you are. Come as you are does not mean put on anything and come to church. That was another comment I kept hearing people say. Well, we come as you are. Of course, God wants you to come as you are. Of course. Let me tell you. And this is not going to get religious, but for this part, I did want to touch on this point that I kept seeing people saying, you know, come as you are, come as you are. You know, it doesn't matter what she was wearing. Ariana is a grown woman. She knew she was going to a church, okay? This is not to bash her. This is not to belittle her. We're just using her as a case study. She is just a case study. Come as you are means come with all your sin. Come with all your brokenness. Come with all the things you think that make you a terrible person. Come with all the mistakes that you made. If you broke and all you got is that one dress, put that one dress on. Come to church. Fall on your face before God. Ask him to help you. That's what come as you are mean. It doesn't mean wake up, don't brush your hair, don't brush your teeth, put on your ripped shorts and come to church. Now, if that's all you have, then yes, come to church in your ripped shirt and your ripped dress with your hair on your head. I don't care what you look like, because the house of God is supposed to be for all people, all races, all religions, all sexes, all people. It doesn't mean that God agrees with what you are doing or with what I'm doing, but he is opening the door to change your life. So that's what come as you are mean. It doesn't mean to put on your worst outfit possible and come to church. Because in my opinion, people who were raised with parents who taught them about decorum, because really it's about decorum. It's not about church. It's not about being a Christian. It's about decorum. Okay? People who were taught decorum understand that you look your best when you go to religious functions, political functions, galas, banquets, to a professional job. People with decorum understand this. So it is not about what she should wear to church or what she shouldn't wear to church. There is no rule for what you wear to church. You wear what you have, but you should come, and you should come respectful of others. That's what's wrong with this world. Y'all have no respect for anyone. I can tell by the filth that comes out of your mouth. I can tell by what your mindset is. You have no respect for yourself. So I know you ain't gonna have no respect for the house of God, for people's functions, for people's weddings, for people's funerals. I know y'all ain't gonna respect that because you don't even respect yourself. So you're not shocking me. Moving right along. All right. We just got 2 more comments, and then I'm going to talk to you guys. And for people who are navigating in society, you're trying to get a promotion on your job, you're trying to attract your people into your life, you're trying to navigate into different circles so you can start your business. You know, you're talking about these things. All right. So the next comment is, well, if you want to talk about connections, there could, curse word, be a correlation to what happened in her attire. Definitely doesn't make it right, but it's unfortunate reality. Not saying it's her fault, but there could be a connection, I think is what they're saying. Okay, so this is my take on this. And while this is off topic, I did want to pull this comment out and address it, because I don't want people to think that in any way, shape, or form, I am saying that a woman should be touched based on what she's wearing. Now, that is disgusting. And I think that pretty much goes without saying. So anyone who has actually followed my platform, or who has followed me for, I'm going into 10 years on Instagram, 10 years in this business of blogging and things like that, anybody who has followed me knows that I would never say that how a woman is dressed means that she should be raped, means that she should be molested, or means that she should be touched. But what I will say as a woman is I know what type of attention I get when I wear tight jeans. I know what type of attention I get when I wear low cut tops. If you could see my crease, I know what type of attention I get when I show my cute shape. Attention I get when I wear a bodycon. I know what type. I don't show my legs because my legs are terrible. That's not my asset. I don't show off parts of my body. That's not my best asset. My legs are my worst asset. So you would never see me in a short dress. But the parts that I can play up and show those parts of my body, I know the attention that I'm going to get from a man when I wear that stuff. See, so a lot of you girls want to play this game. And see, look into my eyes. I'm not playing this game with you because y'all think people are stupid. When you wear a low-cut top showing your whole entire chest, when you wear a very tight dress. Now, I got a husband. So when I wear that stuff, you know, I'm really like doing it up for my husband. You know, that's who I want. I want him to look at me, whatever. And when I was in college, I never really was a slutty dresser. Like I never dressed really like loose. But when I was going out to the club, I wore form-fitting clothes, okay? So you know good and well the attention that you're gonna get when you wear a mini skirt. You know who's gonna look, and you know good and well the attention that you're gonna get when you look sexy as a feminine woman. See, some women don't understand this because they never get that kind of attention. But those of you who are looking at me and hearing the sound of my voice right now, y'all know good and well the kind of attention you get from a man when you're showing off your best assets, okay? For whatever reason, that ain't the conversation. It ain't a judgment. It ain't if you should, if you shouldn't. That's a different conversation. We ain't even talking about if you should or if you shouldn't do it. I don't care. The point is, let's not play dumb. So when women wear things, booty shorts, little tops, who are you wearing it for? And I would like to know who you are wearing it for. And when women say dumb stuff like I'm wearing it for me, you know, well, you can see yourself naked every day. Why do you need to wear little booty shorts and low-cut tops and tight dresses for you? Because you see yourself naked every morning when you bathe, when you go take a shower, when you look at yourself in the mirror. The world doesn't need to see everything that you have to offer. We know who you're doing it for, okay? Y'all not gonna play this dumb game with me because I ain't dumb. So let's be mindful, women, of what we wear. Because when you say you don't want a man to touch you, I don't want to see you in no booty shorts and no low top exposing your whole chest. I don't want to see you out here in these streets like that and then have the audacity to get mad when the man is looking at you. Because to me, that's what you want the men to do. Now, should they touch you? No. Should they say derogatory stuff to you? No. Should they tell you what to wear? No. But don't give me some crap about, oh, he looking at me. He looking at me. He tried to touch me. He tried to, girl, bye. Bye, okay? Because you ain't fooling nobody but yourself. You're not fooling nobody but yourself. You're not fooling me, okay? All right, moving right along. And the last comment here. A form of communicating is a reach. Women wear all types of clothing and still find themselves in situations that their clothing didn't communicate. So while I see what you tried to do, the logic is flawed. Now, I agree with this. I agree that just because a woman is dressed provocative and a woman next to her is fully dressed from the top of her head to her neck, all the way down to her ankles, it doesn't mean she will not get sexually harassed. It doesn't mean she won't get sexually harassed. It doesn't mean that she won't, get inappropriate comments. It doesn't mean that she may not be belittled. It doesn't mean that. No one is saying that only women who dress very provocative are the victims of sexual abuse or the victims of inappropriate touching or anything like that. No one is saying that, okay? But what I will say is a lot of the women that come out and say they've been touched or whatever, I mean, these are usually attractive women. Let's keep it real, y'all. These are usually attractive women. And attractive women don't have to show off their whole body. An attractive woman can have on a bodycon and a tank top and a freaking kimono and get the same attention from a man that she gets when she's wearing a crop top or some cutoff shorts or a mini skirt. Attractive women don't have to do all that extra stuff to be harassed by a man, because they don't have to do that. I don't got to do all that. I don't got to do all that to get men catcalling me when I'm in New York. And really, I only ever get catcalls when I'm in New York. That's the only time I experience catcalling. We don't really do a lot of catcalling in the South, in my opinion. The places I frequent, there aren't those types of people there. But when I'm in New York, that is the only time I get catcalled. That is the only time I get catcalled. And I could be fully dressed. So let's be clear. It has nothing to do with if you're fully dressed from the top of your neck, if you're wearing a turtleneck all the way down to an ankle skirt, or you're wearing a crop top or whatever, you know, because a lot of the gospel singers in the church, their dresses were tight. I thought Tasha Combs' dress was tight. I really didn't see Fantasia's dress was a little tight at the bottom. Shirley Caesar's dress was tight. All of their dresses, if not tight, I would say their dresses were form-fitting. They were form-fitting. So my thing is, you know, it's not about that you have to wear the most provocative dresses were form-fitting. All of the gospel singers, in my opinion, had form-fitting dresses. They were not some traditional, like, mammy, not up-to-date dress. Because as Christians, everybody has different levels of modesty. Really, what is modest and what's not modest, it's about, should you wear certain things in certain environments if you want people to look at you a certain way? And we're not talking about Ariana Grande, because this is a rich, famous star. It don't matter what she wears. She's still going to have money. She's still going to get endorsements. She's still going to get a man every month. It don't matter with her. I'm speaking of our young women who are in high school, who are graduating from college. Older women, we have to do better for our younger women. We have to teach them the game so that they can be successful. And Black women, we got some really successful Black women out here with families, CEOs, doing big things on television and movies and magazines. But we also got a large group of Black women who are not doing well. So it would behoove us to make sure that we are leading the young people in the right direction. All right, now the last part of this that I want to social norms, okay? So let's move on from the fact of should she have wore the short dress or not? You know, should she wear that in church? This conference about the Black church. I already talked about patriarchy. It's not about misogyny. It's not about Ariana is the bad girl and she did a bad thing. Any of that. It's about we are teaching the younger generation about social norms and prepare to go into professional work environments and to be all over the world, preparing them to travel and understand how to conduct themselves in every part of society, so that they are never put in a situation where they feel that they are in danger. About what societal norms are. And then if y'all have any questions or want me to answer any questions, I will do so. Societal norms are, like social norms are, fundamental, and they deal with culture and social life, how we interact with each other, okay? Two kinds of norms matter in our society. And I have an article linked in the description box about social norms. So those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, take some time to do a little reading after this video, because reading is fundamental. So there are two kinds of social norms. That's what people do, expected to do, okay? So people may do something, but people in society who have good jobs, who move in the upper crust of society, who have families, who have an image that they need to maintain, they understand that there are certain things that people do and certain things that people are expected to do. We're talking about when we're talking about a social norm, okay? Social norms are influenced by society, okay? So although people are unaware of this influence, we are all influenced by, okay, things that we know we just do and things that we know that are appropriate. They're like unwritten rules, okay? They are unwritten rules. So it's obvious to me from the comments on Instagram that some people don't understand that there are a set of rules that we actually live by in society. It doesn't matter if you're in America, the Middle East, Asia, wherever you are. Every country, every culture has social norms. And what we call those social norms are unwritten rules. Unwritten rules that people follow to be successful in life, okay? So with the social norms, you have two types of people. Some people buck social norms, okay? They buck it. They don't want to. They don't want to conform. They don't want to learn how to assimilate. They don't want to be a part of a group. They want to buck it. Some people understand, wait a minute, I got a family. I'm talented. I got to learn how to navigate in these circles so that I can get the things that I want out of life. And then I will also say there is a subset of people who have more creative spaces that they're able not to follow so many social norms. So Ariana Grande is one of those people that do not have to fit into normal social norms, okay? She does not have to fit into normal social norms because she has an extraordinary job. Her job is to look cute and sing. When your job is to look cute and sing, you can take a lot of risk with your style. You can take a lot of risk with your hair. You can act very inappropriate at different times in different settings. And you're gonna get away with all of these things because you don't have to actually obey social norms. And because your influence is so impactful, people don't expect you to obey them. And if you go back to Instagram, you will actually validate what I'm telling you right now. They're saying, well, she's a young pop star. You know, this was like a concert. It wasn't like a funeral. You know, she's a performer. That's what they're saying. She doesn't have to follow social norms. And, you know, they're correct. She doesn't, but she should. Out of respect for all of those people in that church who believe in God. Even if she doesn't believe in God, she should have had enough respect to follow the social norm of we come to church kind of modest. Modest being subjective, I agree, it's subjective, but we still come to church kind of modest, okay? Now, I'm going to open up the floor for discussion, and I'm going to say this last little part about society. You guys live in the Middle East. Now, I knew things about the Middle East, but when you actually have a chance to go abroad, to travel abroad from all over the world here, because Kuwait is a place that has people from Egypt, Syria, Saudi Arabia, you know, people just, there are a lot of Asians that live in Kuwait. There are people from all over the world that are here. They come here to work and make a living for their family. Before me and my husband moved to the Middle East, we had to decide, are we able to conform to the social norms of living in the Middle East? because the social norms of the Middle East is different than the social norms in America. Prime example, here, you don't have a choice but to respect a mosque. And that's one of the things I love about the Middle East so much. One thing I love about the Middle East is they make you respect their culture. You don't have a choice. When you go into a mosque, you are going to cover your head. You are going to put that abaya on, and you will respect their business. When you country and there's real, you not touch. You don't touch the Quran. You don't touch the. We don't. When you go to a country where there's real patriarchy, you don't touch. You listen, because the last thing you want is to be arrested, or how about this? Just to lose all of the perks of living abroad. Let me tell y'all, I'm gonna do a separate video on this. If I would have known the perks of living abroad, I would have moved abroad 5 years ago. I would have moved abroad 5 years ago. If I would have known the perks of living abroad. So me and my husband, we want to be here. And we don't mind following the social norms because the people here are lovely. Listen, people always ask me, do you experience racism? I've been here 1 year. I have never experienced racism here. I'm not saying there are not racist people here, because I think there are racist, immoral people everywhere, a part of every culture. And good service. With following the norms of Muslim culture, because everything is based in the religion are like this, and you respect that because you don't have a choice. But in America, see, the problem in America is nobody has to respect anybody. We don't have to respect people's religion. You know, we don't have to respect the fact that somebody, you know, is a pastor and they're trying not to lust after the flesh, and they're trying to concentrate or maybe meditate on the end of their life. You know, Rita's death is symbolic to them on what they need to do in their life, and they need to improve. And they're looking at some girl up her butt. And this is not a slight to Ariana. People do this all the time. People do this all the time. Are dressed inappropriately for the environment. Because Ariana is fire. I done already told y'all she fire. Okay. Or what about that young 18, 19, 20-year-old girl who went into that job interview and did not get that job interview because the interviewer looked at her and had a bias and said to themselves, I don't think so. Not because she's black, because everything is not because you're black or white or Asian or whatever. Some things are just because you don't know how to carry yourself. You don't know how to carry yourself. You don't know how to act in different environments. You a keep it real girl. I keep it real. I should be born. If I want to walk out with my crotch showing full frontal, to walk out with it. You know, if I want to, you know, wear my top down all the way down to my knees and expose my whole full chest, I should be able to do it. Who are you to tell me what to wear? See, they're losers. So we don't want our young girl type of mentality in their head. We don't want that type of mentality. So this is what we're talking about when we're talking about social norms. In church, I don't care if it's the black church. I don't care if it's the Catholic Church. I don't care if it's a mosque. I don't care what type of religious landmark. Unspoken rule is you are modest. So listen, ladies, stop arguing with people on Instagram. The Bible will tell you don't argue with a fool. The Bible will tell you don't argue with a fool. So stop arguing with these ladies on Instagram. I just laugh at them and pray for them. Because the unspoken norm, and I don't care what culture, I don't care what religion, I don't care what country you in. When you go to Asia, when you go to Thailand, and I see those girls, me and my husband are planning a trip to Thailand. I don't know exactly where we're gonna go because he gotta make his coins and I gotta spend them. And I don't know, he don't have the time that I have, but I'm planning a trip to Thailand maybe next year. I'm not sure when I'll have time to go because so tight. Even when you go to their temples, I hear you have to cover up. You have to cover up. Not because we believe in what they believe in, but because we have respect as women. As a woman, you should have respect for yourself. It ain't about a man telling you to cover up because he a man. It ain't about men being in power. It ain't about the bishop or the pastor touching Ariana's boob because he shouldn't have been touching her at all, period. It ain't about none of that. It's about, as a woman, you should have respect for yourself. Look at you, they say, wow, look at that girl. She can sing, she pretty, she dresses nice. Wow, she's dynamic. That's what you should want people saying about you. You shouldn't want people being distracted, because you should have enough respect for other people. And that's what's wrong with some of you. You have no respect for other people, which shows me you have no respect for yourself. God knows what you're teaching your children, for those of you who got children. I said what I said. So I'm done. That's all I have to say. God bless Ariana and her cute self. And I don't care because y'all on my page listening to me. Get your own platform that people care about, boo. Comment on your page. Maybe. Does anybody else have anything you want to discuss before I get out of here? I'm done. I said what I had to say. It's not about who was more appropriate, if Fantasia or Ariana was more appropriate. The point is, ladies, ask yourself, is this an appropriate outfit for where I am going? Is this an appropriate outfit for where I am going? Ask yourself this. And yes, I will delete a like because it's my page. And some of y'all, I don't know if like it's the comprehension, because I'm trying to say this as nice as possible. I don't know if some of y'all, have some comprehension issues. I don't know if you didn't take your medication. I don't know what it is, but I can do whatever I want on my page. And if you don't like it, you are free to do something called unfollow me. You don't get to tell people what to say on their page. Period. Some of y'all don't grasp this. I don't understand why you don't grasp it, but I'm not gonna stop my message because there are girls out here who need it. So I'm not gonna stop my message. I don't know where Oprah was. I wonder where Oprah was. Y'all are saying it was Oprah. I don't know. She didn't attend. Is there anything else we should address with this topic, y'all? Before I get out of here? Yeah, I mean, that's what I said at the beginning of the video. And I hate to call people classless, but really that's what it is. You know, when you don't, like I said, when you don't have to wake up in the morning and think about your outfit because you're worried about how you will be judged, when you don't have anything to lose, when you're not fighting to get something that you never got before in your life, living the way you've always lived and you don't want more, you don't understand class. And I get that. I get that. People talk about race out a real secret. It's really not racism that's the problem. It's classism. It's not racism, it's classism. And as you will see, as you know, with all the political tension with Trump and with Republicans and with Democrats, y'all are going to see in the next couple of years, it's going to become less about, and it's going to become more about classism. And so the socioeconomic state of our communities. It's going to become less about race and more about classism. Yes, y'all have a great Labor Day weekend too. Be safe because it's crazy out there. I think black tights and a blazer would have made it a pro petite girl like her. Yes, if Ariana would have put some stockings on with that look, I think that it would have been a great look for her. I really do. If she would have put some stockings on or a blazer or something like that, because she's young. So she can get away with a little more being young like that and petite like that. I totally agree, Lisa. Let's see what else y'all said before I get out of here. Oh, I thought the song was inappropriate. I also thought the song was inappropriate. You know, I thought the song was, I thought it was interesting that, you know, they were singing like her secular songs in the church. I thought that's something to think about, but it wasn't a big deal to me because, you know, Aretha's a star and she is, you know, it's a different kind of funeral. It is a different kind of funeral than your normal person, but it is interesting how far the Black church will go. I'll say that and leave it there. Stuff like that. So y'all already know how I feel about that. I've told y'all how I feel. Racism exists separately from classism. Many Black who follow social norms still experience racism. I agree. Racism is a separate issue from classism. Is going to be our main issue over racism in years to come. That's just my opinion about where we're going. She sung respect. No, oh, you make me feel like a natural woman. That's what she sung. She sung, you make me feel like a natural woman. She should have just wore a little pantsuit and been done with it. A pantsuit would have been cute on her too, because like I said, she's a pretty girl. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's late. And y'all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. Please remember, this was not to bash Ariana. It's not to debate on what people should wear to church, what people shouldn't wear to church. My only message is those of us who are mature, make sure that you're teaching the young women that you mentor, make sure that you're teaching your children about appropriate dress. so that they don't find themselves in a situation where they are missing out on a job promotion, on a potential project that they could work on, developing a product that they're going to, showcase to people, navigating in society, whatever. Make sure that you teach the young about appropriate dress, and then let them make the decision. Because the only thing we can do is give people little tidbits, but we can't make them do anything. We can't make people do anything. They have to decide what's right for them. But also, you can't stop people from sharing an opinion. What people need to do is, instead of putting all their energy on my platform, they add energy into their own platform. Maybe they can make some money, stuff like that. All right, so what style question did you? Let me go back. What did you ask? Oh, you said I bought a straight leg chinos, but I bought them 2 sizes too big because I'm a big girl and I wanted to look appropriate. But they opened up after a week. What do you mean they opened up? Like, are they too big? If they're too big, just take them to your local cleaners, take them to your local tailor, and have them alter them to fit your shape exactly. And actually, that's the best thing to do with pants. Pants in particular, because with pants, you're dealing with a lot of issues. You're dealing with waist size, you're dealing with your butt, you're dealing with your hip ratio, you're dealing with your thigh circumference. You're dealing with a lot of issues with pants. So it's best to size up in your pants. If you're going for that perfect fit, like if you're going for like that, those pants look like they were meant for you, I would take them to the cleaners or take them to the dry cleaners and get them altered. Okay, thank you so much. All right, see.